welcome to another Rant and Rave, where I just very calmly criticise some of the stories that are going on in various Facebook pages, and normally Doomaguete, because they're the ones with all the news, and Cebu occasionally. Now, here's one from Doomaguete. She's a wonderful girl, but she drives me nuts. Anyone else experienced that here, and what drives you nuts with your Filipina? Well, let's have a look at the comments. And I'm using my cursor, not my finger like I did last time, thinking it was my iPhone. Okay, here's some of the comments. I won't read them all, as normal. That's how I am to my husband, and 15 years later, still together, going stronger. That's very good. Let me... Oh, okay, now my tripod was that shocked for the answer, it fell over. Fucking cheap, fucking lovely tripod. Thank you very much. I'll read that again in case... if I read that again and my tripod falls over again, there's something strange about that. That's how I am to my husband, and 15 years later, still together, going stronger. Well, that's good news. They want to live their best life, but don't put in the effort to improve themselves mentally. Well, you got to realise, guys, that you're not fucking perfect yourself, are you? Have you ever fucking sat down and looked at your fucking self? Eh? With all your moaning and groaning, and you're sitting there farting and belching and drinking fucking beer and stinking the fucking cigars or whatever. Have you ever thought, did she really imagine that this is what marriage was going to be like? Eh? Don't call the kettle black. Chewing with their mouth open. Oh, fucking turn your back to her when she's eating then. Fucking hell, well, tell her. Fucking hell. Oh, yeah, some of you guys, it was like one thing I read the other day about the don't leave there to come here thinking you can change it to be there. You're in the Philippines, different culture, they're brought up differently. Yes, even I have fucking problems. I'll give you an example what a problem I had. I'm English, yeah? And a lot of the English over here in the Philippines is American English. So I said to my partner, can you take a loaf of bread out of the freezer? She opened the freezer and there was a variety of loaves. And she said, which one? I said, anyone. And she said, no, you mean anything, because one means a person. I said, don't fucking tell me how to speak English. Now, I could be wrong, but that is the way we fucking say it in England. Anyone means any fucking loaf. See, it's not easy living with someone from a different culture. Anyway, let's get on to that. Baby damage, feeding children junk food. Well, they all eat junk food. Act like teens in 20s. Initiative deficits. Candy Crush fixative during inappropriate times. And I thought I was the only one. I disagree, not all. Probably not as much as I do. Spoiling male children. I've noticed that they do spoil children. They feed them when the kids could be feeding themselves. They model collar. Kids can do what they want, and that is one thing I do find strange. In the UK, we're a lot more disciplined. I should imagine in the States as well. But my father wasn't strict. But if I fucked up, I fucked up, and I knew it. Think they have an exclusive on loving mothers? Oh, bollocks. Fucking shit. God, this fucking one really gets up my fucking nose. It's so fucking pathetic. Do you remember in my last video I mentioned about a guy that travelled business class with his fucking dog? Well, I think this is the same fucking person. Listen to this fucking shite. Hello all. Now that we have moved into our home in Dooma, Romeo here is going to need a haircut in about 4 weeks. Any high quality groomers to be recommended in the greater Dooma area? Also, any recommendations for a dry cleaner laundry as well? Thank you. And it's got a picture of his little fucking scraggy little fucking dog fucking Romeo. Are you fucking shagging Romeo or what? Do you put him in a fucking 90 before you go to bed? Do you go out and buy him sexy fucking lingerie fucking with little open crotch fucking panties so your dog's tail can go through it? Fuck's sake, man. You're fucking spoiling this like a fucking kid. I dread what you do if he fucking gets run over by a fucking jeepney. Fucking hell. Would you take that thing to fucking bed? Would you pay business class for that fucking thing? He doesn't even have a smile on his face. He's not even appreciative. Fucking hell, man. I wouldn't even walk down the street with that fucking thing. If I walk down the street with a dog, it's got to be a fucking big dog to match my manly fucking status. Not a little fucking woofter like them. Are you gay, James? Are you fucking gay? I'm not knocking gays. I've got nothing against LGBT or Qs. But fucking hell, I wouldn't. It makes me shiver. This next one reminds me of something that happened to me a few weeks, last week actually. I received 2 letters from a postman, yes. Someone rang my bell whilst I was upstairs painting, and I always get fucking pissed off when someone disturbs me when I'm painting. And anyway, I poked my head out of my balcony window and I said, hello. And he said, post, I have a letter for you. And when I went down, he had 2 letters for me. And they were from the military pensions and my state pension, telling me about the changes in tax. All right, they were 2 months old, but I did receive them. And I think I told you before, I received my debit card from my bank via DHL. No problem. So one guy here is saying, hello, I was wondering if anyone here has successfully received an unactivated credit debit ATM card envelope, letter and card sent as a document type via DHL. Yes, I have. Express envelope from the USA to the Philippines. No, mine come from UK. I'm also playing with anyway, but it works. Yeah, DHL is very good here, I must admit. And also the other one, I can't think of it. Good day, friends. Good day all. Found Doomaguete post office closed this morning out of order. Anyone got info about it? Yes, it's fucking out of order. Cebu. Any stargazers interested? 3 meteor shower events this July. According to July Astronomical Diary of Pagasa, there are 3 meteor shower events happening this month of July. Well, that's if you can fucking see them through the rain. I suggest you put an hole in your umbrella so that you can see where these meteors are coming. There's a warning about crabs. No, not in between your crotch, boys. Well, should I say in between your balls, and girls in between your old piss flaps? No, not those crabs. These are crabs that you eat. It says, I cannot find this in English. I assume that it's a warning about not eating these crabs due to high toxic levels found. And it's got pictures of these fucking gross looking black fucking crabs. I wouldn't eat them anyway. You don't need to find out in English. Just eat the fucker and see what happens to your body. If the locals are eating them, I'm sure they're okay. But I personally don't eat crabs unless they're ones I buy in the market and they're red and big. But I don't eat them. I remember my dad, we used to have crab on a Sunday because my dad on a weekend used to run this fish stall in London, like a shellfish, cockles, mussels, whatever. And we used to have crab on a Sunday, but he used to get rid of the part of the centre of the crab because that was poisonous or something. But these people here seem to eat everything. I don't eat anything of the body. I just eat the legs or something like that, just to be on the safe side. Here's one from Cebu, Facebook. Quite funny, but again, it could have been quite serious. It's not much English, so I'm going to have to tell it the way I understand it. Cebu shared a one-of-a-kind encounter that he and his friends had last Saturday, July the 8th. It was the first time they've seen one in this area. Well, apparently, and I've got a couple of pictures to add to this, apparently this guy and his friend went for a stroll, and I think it was a guy called Carcelo Vince from San Fernando. I don't know where exactly it was, but anyway, they was walking across a field, as you do, not caring a fuck about anything else in the world, and lo and behold, in their path in front of them was a long black thing. No, it was not a black man's cock, as some of you probably first imagined. No, it was not, and I am not being racist. It was a snake. Yes, would you believe that in the Philippines someone encountered a snake walking across the field? Now, it wasn't just any snake. No. After careful study of the image by researchers and top snake experts, they decided that it was in fact a king cobra. Yes, and king cobras have never been known in this part of the world. I forget, it doesn't say where exactly it was. Maybe I can find out later, but I think it was in Negros. Anyway, this snake, this KC, raised its head off the floor, as you can see in the image, and it opened its hood. No, not an umbrella. It opened the hood at the back of his head, which shows, I think, here that he's angry. He's not very happy. And these two lads, I don't know, I should imagine they turn around, because the next image you see them fucking running like their arsehole was on fire. They run for their lives. One of them, the front one, had a little bit of smirk on his face, thought it was funny, but that's probably the fear of being. But anyway, that was a close encounter. That could have been very, very serious. So if you're walking along the grass, I wouldn't fucking do it. You know, send your wife ahead first, or someone, you know, someone you don't like. Send them first. It happened to me when the typhoon was on. I had to walk across a field to get water from this hand pump. I've only been in the country a week, and I was shitting myself. Literally shitting myself in case I got bit by a fucking snake. Fucking hell, it's not fun. Anyway, let's see what the comments say. The one we had here had a brown head, darker striped body with stripes and spots at the tail. When he stood up and spread his hood, he was very light and yellowish in colour. First cobra I have seen in 10 years. So now I know we have them here in Negros Oriental. So that's where it came from. Now, if you want to hang around and start deciding what fucking colour it is, and you ask him to turn around so you can see the colour on the back of his hood, I think that's a bit stupid. Personally, if I saw this fucking thing rise its head, you would not see my arsehole for dust. I will be fucking away. And I would never go back in that area again. Another comment. To better educate yourselves about the snakes in the Philippines, I suggest that you join this group. The snake in the CDN digital article has been identified as a king cobra. See, I told you. And they are now in Negros Oriental. Some bastard fucking brought one in and started breeding it. Fucking naughty bastards. Another comment. Cobra, very distinctive shape, many colours. If you spend much time in Southeast Asia, it is important to be knowledgeable as Mr. Wu 5 presents. Well, I think that is a load of bollocks actually, because I wouldn't fucking study any snake. Any snake, whether it's poisonous or non-venomous or just a nice little cuddly fucking pet, I would not go fucking near it. Because at the end of the day, like most things, most pets, they're all wild fucking animals and they can turn just like that. Just imagine if your Filipina can turn just like that, what do these fuckers do? One last comment from KC. It says, The next time you come in my field, I will bite the arse off you bastards. Casey, could that be the King Cobra? I'm gonna fly back to UK in the next few seconds, because I heard of a story, and I think it's important, and it could be used over here in the Philippines as well. In a local public car park, which uses for a shopping mall, there was a lot of women who go shopping on their own that were getting harassed and abused by men. So the local council took it upon themselves to build an all-women car park. Now, some of you may think it's a good idea. I personally think it's a good idea to stop them being abused and everything, you know, especially if they got children with them. But I question some of it, and I've attached the photo of the first woman's car park in Kent in England. Here's one of, oh, where are you? Hello, I have not turned the camera around. Hang on, let me stop and turn the camera around. Hello, I'm back. I turned the camera around. The immigration are warning of scammers. Yes, scammers. The Bureau of Immigration has warning against a new scam circulating online, where agencies are asking, or should I say, we have received information that these unscrupulous individuals offer their services in securing visas and issue orders purportedly coming from the BI. The scammers use the logo of the BI as well as misrepresented themselves as representatives from the Philippine consulate in Australia. The scammers sent an order instructing the applicant to pay via money transfer. This is a major red flag, so beware, guys. I don't know why it's not just Australia. Maybe they just use Australia as an example. But be very careful with these fucking agencies that say they can provide a visa. Because I give you one example. I got an SRRV visa, a retirement visa, a special residential retirement visa. I didn't pay a penny for that. Not one fucking penny. Apart from the fees for the visa and the deposit, which is a requirement. I tipped the agency because the agency gets paid by the PRA, the Philippines Retirement Authority. But I noticed online people from agencies were advertising the SRRV visa. Now I wrote to some of these and I said, how much is it going to cost me? And they deleted my comment because I said, I have obtained an SRR visa and you shouldn't be charging people. So again, how much are you charging? And they deleted it. So beware, any visa, go through the proper channels. If you don't know, look on the immigration webpage and everything else. But it's like getting a driving license. I got my driving license in Lapu-Lapu legally. I went in and filled the form. I took the digital written tests. I took a driving test. But there were people outside, so-called fixers, and there's a sign in the transport place in Lapu-Lapu, don't use a fixer, because they're charging umpteen fucking thousands. Because they say, this needs to be done, that form was refused, blah, 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 you have to pay more. Do not use fixers anywhere, unless it's someone to fix your tyre. That's about it. This is a cry for help from all my American friends. There's a series on Netflix called Orange is the New Black. It's about a women's prison in America where they're all kind of... My question is, all the guards have got the stars and stripes on their shoulders, but the stars, instead of being on the top left hand corner, are in the right hand corner. What is the reason for that? Or is that because it's filmed backwards or something? I'm sorry for the flashes, but I'm sitting whilst my house is on fire. But I thought I'll make this video first. Thank you. Homemade pizza from a recipe I put on my YouTube earlier. Goodbye, thank you, and take care.